Hello and welcome to another recorded mini session. My name is Muñiz and today we will be talking about the numbers and a little introduction to the verb essere, which is to be, o ser. Allora, andiamo qui. Allora, i numeri, i numeri in italiano sono qui 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the teenage numbers are actually the most difficult ones because there's some double consonants and there's a lot of spelling that changes here and not a lot of logic here. Per esempio, 10, 10. And then 11 is not 10, but 11. You're losing two vowels there. Poi 13, 14 is not 4, 10, but 14. Be mindful of the spelling. And then 15, 16. And then it suddenly changes. The 10 part is in the end, and then it comes to the front. 17, 18, 19, e 20. Again, there's still kind of a way to recognize that it's 11, like uno. Oh my God, I'm missing here. I don't know what happened. It's 12, right? Let me come in here very quickly. 11, 12. I must have lost it when well, maybe I didn't save it, and that's it. So adesso siamo pronti. 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, which is 20. The reason why you won't find the entire number chart in books or even in the cuaderno, where you have all the preliminary vocabulary, is because there is a very predictable system to make up the numbers between 20 and 100. So if you have 20 here and you have all the single numbers here, first of all, keep in mind something different happens when these numbers start with a vowel. Only 1 e 8, right? Only 1 and 8 begin with vowels. So, oh my God, my mouse is being overly sensitive here. I touch it and it does whatever it wants. So sorry about that. So, so we do something different with 1 and 8, and then we add an accent when we add tre, and we'll see that in a moment. So we have the numbers here. Then this is what happens, right? So you see that, okay, let me go one back. You have 2, 3, 4, you have the 20 here and the single digits here. And then 1 e 8 begin with vowels, and Italians sometimes think that it doesn't like too many diphthongs. So sometimes it tries to do away with some of them. So again, let's see what happens there. So when you have everything is together, 22, right? You didn't change anything, you just added an accent here. Well, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29. You didn't take away or add anything except that accent there. And then now when you have two vowels together, this is what happens. You get rid of the last letter of the 20, 30, 40, etc. And then you have 21 e 28. Instead of 28 or 21, you have 21, 28. So again, this keeps repeating itself. So 31, right? 32, but then again, you have the vowel here and you're going to take this out here and there. So this is what happens. You take out the a here when the number begins with a vowel, and the rest you just put them together. 32, 33, add a little accent. 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, etc., etc. So this is repeated up all the way until 90 and 100. So wait a moment. I went back because I touched my mouse. So here you see the, oh my God, I'm going to get mad at my computer if it keeps doing that. So how do you say 41? So 40 here is 40. So you take out the A, you put 41, 42, 42, 43 with a little accent, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Then, wait a moment here. Then you repeat everything with 50, 60, 70. Oh, again, I may have not saved. I am missing something here. 60, 70, and then you have 80, 90. Now my computer is playing games with me. So that's how we do the numbers. And even if we go to 100, then you do 101, 102, 103, right? So it's a very predictable system. That's why we kind of skimp out in the numbers in textbooks and even in my version of the quaderno. So, allora, la prossima cosa che facciamo oggi, next thing that we're going to do today is a little preview about the verb essere, and this we will go over again in our next session. But this is just a starter. Il verbo essere, which is to be, we have seen it in the first little questions that I gave to you guys when I gave you mostly the script, so you could start asking and answering basic questions. Per esempio, di dove sei? Di dove sei? Sono di California. This is sono, sei, right? This is we already had all the singular form of essere. I am, you are, and is. She, he, it is. So il mio compleanno è il 25 luglio, right? I am from California. Where are you? You are from, right? My birthday is on the 25th of July. So il verbo essere, la coniugazione, again, in Italian, you may omit this as you see here. I am not saying io sono di California, and it is not necessary to say di dove tu sei, right? So io sono, tu sei, lui, lei è, noi siamo, voi siete, loro sono. These are the personal pronouns. I am, you are, he or she is. Wait a moment. It disappeared. Again, crazy computer. I am gonna get really angry at my mouse today. Noi siamo, we are. Voi siete is you guys, informal, are. And loro sono is they are. There are also formal ways of addressing people. Addressing people would be the same as a second person. In languages, when we talk about first person, this is the first person. That means the speaker is part of the action. So either I am doing the action or we, so I as part of a group, are doing the action. Second person means you're being addressed to, so you're addressing somebody. So you are or you guys are, and when I say you guys, it's just to make sure that, because in English, there's no difference between you and you, right? But in most other languages, there is like tú eres, vosotros sois, si usan el vosotros, like Spanish has it, or ustedes. Again, there is a formal way, like you, sir, ma'am, or you in plural, when you're addressing a group of people formally. And the conjugation is the same as third person, right? And what you use is the formal lei, which if you write it, you tend to capitalize the lei, lei è, right? It's like signore, lei è di Roma, when you're talking to that person, right? The same when you're addressing a group of people formally. Sono di Roma, right? and you may be talking to them. And it's almost like you don't want to address them directly, right? So you talk about them, like beating around the bush, right? So that's a way to remember that. But luckily, you don't need to learn a whole new conjugation because it is the same as third person. Oh yes, and third person means that you are talking about he, him, her, or them. Allora, questi sono esempi, right? Il caffè è buono. The coffee is good. Coffee is good, right? Caffè è buono. Poi, un altro esempio, la professoressa non è alta. The professor is not tall, right? E questo è femminile singolare, alta. Io sono intelligente, right? You could say sono intelligente and it would be the same thing, but I do write it so you can see it. Io sono. Poi anche tu sei studente a LA Mission College, right? Also, you are a student at this place. So, are you also a student? Allora, se guardate qui, mamma mia, che cosa fa il mio computer? Non ci posso credere. Allora, so if we are going to do these ones by ourselves, Mario, we're talking about him. We're going to say he is sick today. And I am looking at this sentence here. Mario is sick today. How do we say that? There is a hint somewhere over here when you talk about a different person. So, la risposta è Mario è malato oggi. So, this è with the accent goes here. And the accent is really important here because if you don't write the accent in the e, it's not even a verb. E without an accent means is. I mean, sorry, it means and. Without an accent. With an accent, it means is. So without an accent, it means and. So io sono intelligente, anche mamma mia. Okay. Poi noi, blank friends. We are friends. How do we say that? Noi siamo amici. And if you're talking to a group of people informally, are you guys Italian, right? Voi siete italiani? Okay. Allora, we're gonna do a couple more of these in class. And you can refer also to the essere exercises in the quaderno. Ma è tutto per oggi. That's all for today. Buon fine settimana e ci parliamo dopo. Ciao!